Today we are drafting from the 109 in a 10-team format. Let's get into it. Looking at the board so far, again, pretty standard. CMC might have kind of dropped a little bit, but if I'm being honest, taking Amon-Ra over him isn't that crazy. It's definitely a safer pick. We're going to go through and we're going to start off the draft by taking James Cook. I think that James Cook is the player to take here. Again, I think reaching on a CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson doesn't make too much sense in my opinion. I really do like James Cook. I think he's super consistent. People say touchdown regression and all that type of stuff, but I mean, like, it's a high-powered offense. They're at the goal line a lot. He's getting the opportunities. He's going to be productive. And again, I think it's super important, especially in the early rounds, to secure two running backs. So he's easily the player I'm targeting at the 109. And again, even at the 110, if he's still available, probably going to be taking him as well. Next up, we're going to be taking Chase Brown here to pair up with him. Chase Brown, super high floor, super high ceiling with a healthy Joe Burrow. And even with Joe Flacco, he should still be pretty productive. So he's definitely a player that I really like and somebody we're going to be targeting. And now we have two, in my opinion, elite running backs and one of the best starts that you can have. You might be asking, why not Ashton Jeanty? As of recording this video, Ashton Jeanty is injured. We don't really know how much time he's going to miss, but he could be a pretty decent amount of time. At the 309, I'm going to go through and take Devontae Smith. I think while Devontae Smith is still available, you should take him. He can easily be a super productive wide receiver this year, especially with Mekhi Lemon dealing with injury. He himself is dealing with an injury as well, but I don't think it's going to be anything too serious. So he's definitely a player to take an upside shot on in the third round, and I think he will be pretty productive. At the 402, I mean, a ton of ways you can go. You can go for a Zay Flowers, who is a more consistent player and could be really good this year. You can go for a Garrett Wilson, who's going to get a ton of volume. You can go for a Ladd McConkey, who should also be really good. I'm going to probably go and take Zay Flowers. I think that with Lamar Jackson being back, when him and Lamar play, he's really productive. He's really good. And as well as if Lamar goes down, he averages like around 10 to 11 points as his floor. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad for a wide receiver too. So we'll definitely pair the two of them here together. And I think so far we have a decent wide receiver room. And along with that, we're going to continue to add on to this wide receiver room here. And at the 509, we're going to go and we're going to take Mike Evans. Mike Evans, another player that kind of deals with injury, but I think that you can kind of take that risk on and know that he's still going to get targeted a lot. Again, expect him to miss some point of the season for a little bit, but I think he's still going to be super productive and targeted heavily, especially for goal lines and stuff like that. So we'll take him here in the 5th round. Now, in the 6th round, I'm actually going to go and take Tyler Warren here. I think that in a 10-team format, in the 6th round, kind of taking one of the elite tight ends isn't too bad. It's something that I usually avoid, but at this point, I think it's not too bad of a take. Securing yourself a really targeted and relied on tight ends in the 6th round is really good in my opinion. So securing him for 10-team format is going to be really good. In the 7th round, we're going to go through and probably take another running back. And looking at the ones available, we have Byshell, Travion, Jadarian, and Jalen Warren. I'm going to go and take Jadarian Price here in the 7th. I think that he has a higher opportunity to be more productive there and be pretty elite. And then on top of that, if you want to and go take another kind of wide receiver here, you definitely could. I'm going to go and take Byshell too in here to secure ourselves another high upside running back that should be pretty productive and pretty elite. In the 9th round, we're going to go through and probably take our wide receiver. We're going to take Josh Downs. I think with Alec Pierce, who's dealing with this injury, which again was played off as something not too serious, but now he's labeled as out. I think this injury is going to be something a bit more serious. Even with the signing of Keenan Allen, I still think Josh Downs is going to be the number one option there. And he's definitely a player with a ton of upside that we can keep on our bench and play at some point if we need to. In the 10th round, we're going to take Justin Herbert. Again, he's our quarterback that we really like to take in the 10th round. I think it's a no-brainer. We'll secure him and take him here. In the 11th round, I'm actually going to go through and take George Kittle here. I think if George Kittle is available, you definitely should target him. He should be playing week 1. And again, if Tyler Warren doesn't hit or something, you can play George Kittle or you can trade one of the two. I think it's a really good player to take. In the 12th round, we're going to go through and take Casey Concepcion. Again, a really nice upside player for the wide receiver position. If anybody's going to be productive in Cleveland, I think it's going to be him. So he's definitely going to be the player that we take there. Next up, we're going to go through and take Jalen Coker. Again, another receiver that if he doesn't get a touchdown, he'll probably be around the 8 to 9 points per game range. But if he gets a touchdown, he can easily be around the 15 plus points per game range. For your flex, I think it's not a bad shot to take. So we'll take him there in the 13th. In the 14th round, we're taking Brandon Aubrey as our kicker. Again, we want to take one of the top kickers as they are available. Next up, we're going to take the New England Patriots defense for the 15th round. And then in the 16th round, you really could kind of choose between a bunch of things. You can take Brock Purdy, you can take Bo Nix, Jared Goff. If you want another kind of quarterback, if you want another receiver or running back, you can also go take a shot on like a Trey Tucker. If you want to do that, Tank Bigsby kind of as a flex option for Saquon if Saquon gets injured. Marshawn Lloyd for Josh Jacobs if Jacobs goes down or something like that. They're all great options. Definitely players you can take. I'll probably honestly go through and just take Brock Purdy here, kind of securing ourselves another quarterback. Again, it's not too bad of an option to have kind of another quarterback on your team that will be productive. So Justin Herbert, our starting quarterback, again, easily top 5 potential for the quarterback position. I think can be really good. James Cook and Chase Brown, I think, is one of the more elite starting running back rooms that you can have if they are available. Definitely take them. Chase Brown, again, with a high floor as well as high ceiling. James Cook, likewise, high floor, high ceiling. Devontae Smith and Zay Flowers, definitely a bit more of a risky, you can say, wide receiver room. But if Devontae hits and produces how you want him to, he's easily going to be a top wide receiver this year, a top 10 wide receiver in my opinion. Zay Flowers, I think, has a really good floor as well as a good ceiling that makes him a nice player as a wide receiver too. Tyler Warren, I think, is a top 5 tight end this year that could be really productive. We'll take him in the 6th round. Mike Evans, Jadarian Price for our flex. I think that those are no-brainer guys for your flex. Mike Evans has been super consistent all throughout his career. Apart from last year, obviously dealing with injuries. I think even with injuries going into this year, he still will be playing majority of games and being productive. Jadarian Price will be the running back 1 on his team for majority of the season until Charbonnet comes back, and I think he should be pretty productive. Again, it's a really good team. Tough schedule, but it should be good enough to flex him. Patriots and Brandon Aubrey, again, some of the best in their positions. Baishal Tuin for that upside in the running back room. Josh Downs, KC, and Jalen are kind of those wide receiver upsides. Again, in full PPR, I think you should target more of wide receivers in the later rounds because they will have a higher ceiling. The running backs are more of like kind of backups and handicaps and stuff like that. Brock Purdy is our quarterback 2. Can't go wrong with Brock. Store him, use him kind of as a trade piece if you need to. And George Kittle, George Kittle is an absolute beast. I'll just show you his stats right here. Look at these stats right here. This is insane, kind of the stuff that he was putting up as he was healthy. As long as he's healthy and plays, which he should be playing week 1, it's looking like he's going to be coming back. I think he's a great take in the 11th round. A player, again, you can flex or you can store on your team. So I hope you guys enjoyed the team that we built here at the 109. Next video, we're going to be concluding our series, picking from the 110. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.